let me start by saying that India made tremendous progress on hunger reduction, calorie hunger reduction. I think if you imagine the last 70, 75 years and what the situation in India was like in terms of hunger, famine, massive food deficit, food insecurity, and where we are today. We've basically been able to use agriculture productivity growth to address calorie hunger. There's still hungry people, but it's not because of lack of food supply. It's become much more of an access issue. So I think when we talk about the broader issues of nutrition, we should first stop and say that we should celebrate the success we've had in hunger reduction. Having said that, I think it's also important to say that even as we've addressed calorie hunger, we've not been as successful in addressing micronutrient malnutrition. We've not been able to address child stunting, child wasting. We've not been good at providing access to a balanced diet of micronutrients, protein, etc. And now we're beginning to see this emergence of obesity, rising obesity and overweight problems around the country. And I think these are all challenges that we need to be dealing with, and we need to figure out how to address this challenge. What's different today about the nutrition problem compared to what was the massive hunger problem that we saw a few decades ago is that the nutrition problem is a multisectoral problem. It's not just a problem of increasing the productivity of rice and wheat. It's an issue where, from the agriculture sector point of view, we need to be looking at diversity of the food system. We need to be looking at ways in which we can produce a variety of foods, fruits, vegetables, livestock products, etc., that are rich in protein, that are rich in vitamins, minerals, etc., and that are affordable to the poor. So that's one part of it. That's an important part of it. But it's also important that one addresses the problems of sanitation, access to clean drinking water, access to toilets, access to public health facilities, etc., especially for women and children. And that has to work in combination with anything that we do in enhancing agriculture productivity and the diversity of the production system. The third area I think really important is thinking about behavior change, thinking about what does it mean to have a good diet, what does it mean to have a diet that's balanced in nutrition, vitamins, minerals, protein, etc., in addition to calories, and a diet that helps children grow, especially as children are weaning and bringing better quality weaning foods into the diet, and for women, especially women who are pregnant and women in the post-pregnancy period, etc. So there's a lot of behavior change that needs to happen, and better knowledge on what's good diet, what's good eating practices, what's good lifestyle practices, etc. And this behavior change is important not just from an undernutrition point of view, but also from an overnutrition and obesity point of view. So there are all these multisectoral challenges when you think about addressing nutrition. And I think that then implies that you need a convergence across ministries. You need a convergence across groups that work on specific issues. So, as you think about a successful portion, you'd think about a successful portion as one in which the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Women and Child Development, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, etc., all come together with a common goal, a common set of objectives, a common set of activities that address the overall issue of better nutrition, both from an undernutrition point of view and also reducing the overnutrition trends that we're beginning to see. So that convergence across sectors, that convergence across ministries is extremely important. And I don't think we've seen enough progress happening in that area. We still see goal setting, priority setting, etc., to be much more siloed than it ought to be. And as long as those silos exist, it'll be hard to break through and create big gains in reducing malnutrition in this country. But I think this whole idea of convergence across ministries is a challenge that exists across the world, I think, across the developing world. It's not just an India-specific problem. But I think India could take a leadership in trying to say, how do we address this problem?